the life support stream up so I can monitor to make sure we don't go down. And other than that, you can do an introduction. You can introduce. You can do the Adam and Eve promo, whatever we got.
Well, first and foremost, like, comment, subscribe. Recovery Room Podcast. Second, adameve.com, promo code RPOD. Go ahead on and go over to adameve.com and get you item of your choice. Everything online, almost everything online, is about 50% off. So go up there and find something for your lover, whoever your lover is, and go enjoy. And Adam and Eve also didn't increase their prices during inflation. So adameve.com, promo code RPOD. And today we're gonna review an album. That's a movie. That's also pretty fucking good. So I'm gonna enjoy this nice sandwich until my co-host gets back.
Oh shit! I like to have made a massive mistake.
adameve.com, promo code RRPOD.
Massive mistake. Would have been very bad. Okay. All right.
adameve.com, promo code RRPOD.
Oh, you finished doing the read?
Nah, I feel bad for them a while ago. Nah, but for real. Like, comment, subscribe,
All that.
all that. Like, comment, subscribe. The Recovery Room Podcast.
Anyway,
And tell your friends.
we got a new movie out. I thought it was a TV show at first, but you don't come to
I
me
thought
for
it was
your
a TV show,
information.
but the shit is, I mean, it's actually kind of like a visual comic book.
Right. That's Intergalactic by Kid Cudi. Movie, album, combination. Go ahead, give some of your general thoughts on this whole project.
I felt it was a new way to release an album.
Well, Pink Floyd did it like 40 years ago with The Wall. So
Well, a good modern way to do an album. I felt like the art style made it more. He could have easily tried like to do this album with him real self, or having actors actually act, but instead of making it a cartoon, the shit was so good you actually forget it's a cartoon.
Right. I
Let's not say cartoon. Let's say animation. You actually forget it's actually really animated, and it starts to feel like like real people having an interaction.
well, I think a better. Well, I think part of the reason why it's an animation, and this is speculation, of course, I wasn't involved in the production of it, but I think part of the reason why it's an animation is because the I mean, you see the title Intergalactic, but the through animation is easier to express the type of psychedelic vibe they were going for. Like you see certain scenes in the movie where, like when they go on their, not on their first date, but when they do their first bang, you see them all in outer space and shit, like, and like that type of thing, like, and of course, Kid Cudi is a well-known smoker, so it's easier to illustrate the maybe I'm a little bit high moments and the dreamscapes. Like one of my favorite scenes from the movie was the dream he had that involved Mr. Rager. That's like one of my favorite scenes from the movie.
No, that was a really good scene too. And I feel like in order to really have these visuals, you needed it to be animated like this. So I feel like he did it perfect.
It's definitely a easier way to get that to get it across if you have it animated like that. Like, well, how you feel about them going for or using the same art style from Spider-Verse? How you feel about that?
I thought it was nice. I mean, because I also like Spider Verse.
Right,
I
right.
feel like, I mean, I didn't see a real need to kind of change it. Because, I mean, in the movie, I mean, he wasn't like a superhero or anything, but he was kind of. I don't even. What's the? I'm trying to find like a good word, like how Miles Morales was just like a cool character. I feel like this is a equally cool character for the art scheme.
Okay, okay. Crumbs on my shirt and shit. Yeah, man. Like, let's not be let's be for real about it. This ain't no revolutionary fucking plot or no shit like that. You can see everything that's gonna happen coming from a mile away, but I don't
Oh
really
yeah,
think you watch this to really care about the plot. Watching this, for me anyway, my experience was more about a combination of the visuals and just the acting jobs that they put on, right? Because like
yeah.
when we was talking before we started this shit, like Ty Dolla Sign, bro, I didn't know that this nigga could actually voice act. He put on an actual charismatic performance, and was like, cause he was the comic relief. Like Ty Dolla Sign was the comic relief, third wheel, funny nigga friend. Really, him and what was it, Jimmy? That's the white boy
Yeah.
name. They was both, and Downtown Pat, but he was only in the shit for one scene. Then you gotta cut one of them Macaulay Culkin checks for that, buddy. Like, but it was more about that, and it was more about seeing how perfect that the scenes and the visuals went with the music. Not only the music that was made by Kid Cudi for the Intergalactic album, but even the other music that was part of this that was a part of the soundtrack, like the Minnie Riperton joint. Inside My Love that she played her grand entrance into the movie that Meadow played when she was doing her little meditation shit.
Drew
Like
Hill.
they brought Drew Hill into it just to clown on Cisco. Just to clown on Cisco. But just like this is what you get though. I mean, a fucking one of the all-time, let's be for real, when it come to Kid Cudi, like he revolutionized. He was one of the people who helped revolutionize the type of music that we hear today. So if he produced a movie with a shit soundtrack, then what fucking use was he in the making of the production in the first place? You feel me? Like if you can't make a soundtrack and you a artist that done sold like 30 million records, what are we doing? So it was expected that this would have a good soundtrack, but when, like you were saying, when you make these joints in concert with each other, it's almost like that every song was a puzzle piece that was stuck together with a scene from the movie to make it fit perfectly from the album itself. Like for instance, when we go into the musical side, when I was just listening to the album, because I listened to it before I even watched this. Like when I was just listening to the album and I heard that Angel shit come on, I was like, man, this is garbage. This is useless. But when I saw it in the movie, not to say that the song didn't really sound any better to me as a song itself, but as a companion piece to the scene in the movie, it just fit perfect. That it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the genius of what he's done here, in my opinion. The genius of what he's done is went ahead and made a. I don't think this is an album or a movie. Like this is just a whole project to me. Like to me, one you don't do one without the other.
Yeah.
Right. This is just a audio visual art piece. That's what I would call it.
Nah, I agree. It is an art piece.
Mm-hmm. I mean, technically, every movie and piece of music that's made is a piece of art. Like, no matter how shit or good it is art. So I ain't one of them motherfuckers who gon' try to gatekeep what art is. I ain't about to do it, but this is like an audio visual art piece that was well put together. And I had brought up a comment before we even started doing the live, and you said that was gonna be one of your talking points. Go ahead on and lay it out there.
Well, I do feel like the movie just accompanies the movie. The music accompanies the movie so much better. I wouldn't want this album without the movie
Right.
because I feel like I wouldn't really be able to visually see these. Like I wouldn't be able to visually see Angel because Angel probably was. It was on the same level as like Moon or something like Moon by Kanye West or something like that.
To me, it reminded me of when I heard it. Is that song? I can't even remember what it's called, but it's from Mr. Moore. That you can't please everybody. That shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
it was one of those type of things. So to just see a visual, see that was the first time he met her, and really understanding why the song was a song. It was kind of like this was how Good Kid, Mad City was supposed to be, in my opinion.
wait, do you wish it was like a movie to go along with that joint?
Hell yeah. Because I would have wanted to see these scenes. And
Have you seen that We Cry Together shit? Huh?
But I wouldn't have. I seen We Cry Together, but I wouldn't want I didn't ask for We Cry Together.
Well, I don't want to. I ain't bringing this up to shit on We Cry Together. That's already my opinion on We Cry Together has been stated enough times. My opinion on Mr. Moral has been stated enough times. But I brought that up to ask, like, I just wanted to ask you, how was the quality of it as a visual side to that? Because it's nominated for an Oscar for short films. What's your opinion on the quality of it? And do you think that, based on the quality of that, that Kendrick Lamar could have even transferred Good Kid, Mad City over into a movie medium based on the quality of We Cry Together? That's all I wanted to know.
Well, I don't think, because I don't think We Cry Together was really like mind blowing.
The fucking song sure ain't.
Yeah, yeah, unless it's the scene at the end where, I mean, they have sex. So that was really the only thing that I was like, I mean, that shit is on YouTube.
They had like a full on HBO fuck scene in it. Huh?
Yeah, at the end. At the end, yeah. They show the girl get undressed and everything. So it's like, I was just thinking like, well, dang.
Like, based on Kendrick
I feel
Lamar
like
fucking
as
parts on that album, based on the shit on the album, like, how fucking comfortable is his wife with that after he been talking about cheating on her for the whole album?
maybe that's how it was. Maybe that was supposed to happen. Maybe you're supposed to think about that. But I don't think We Cry Together was as nearly even close to what Kid Cudi did. Like, I don't even think it's in the same ballpark, honestly. It's not too many things in the same ballpark as what Cudi did on this. Because this was literally, and I went and seen Smile too. So like, I seen a movie that's relatively, and I like this. I like the Kid Cudi more than I like Smile, and Smile wasn't bad.
I mean, you said that
This
Smile.
was,
You said that Smile shit was like a 7.
yeah, but I believe the Kid Cudi was like an 8. I don't think Smile was bad at all. I just think this Kid Cudi was better.
Right. I mean, just to put it out, there, the Kid Cudi, he did with this because he created it. He didn't direct it, but it came from his mind. He conceptualized the shit with the same nigga who made Blackish and Grownish and those type of dog shit TV shows.
Yo, and that's the crazy part. I was just up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and Blackish. That was my first time ever seeing Blackish. Was like a few days. This nigga Anthony Anderson.
Well, I don't know about Blackish.
Ross.
I haven't watched Blackish, but the spinoff, the college shit, that shit trash as fuck.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a show that I would particularly watch, but I see why other people watch it. Like, I see why somebody would find that funny. So, I mean, I understand it, but it's not a show that I'm seeking out watching.
Shit is nuts.
And I mean, I don't really watch a lot of TV. Like, the only thing that I really be watching right now is like Raising Kanan, and I mean, whenever BMF comes back on. But I don't really even watch TV, and I wasn't really a big fan of Power either. So.
Right. So, but the thing that Cudi did with this movie, in my opinion, is instead of making, see, he did what niggas like Kanye couldn't do. Kanye went and tried to make some fucking shit that was overly, when he did the visuals to, when he did the movie component to Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, he tried to make some pretentious bullshit, museum bullshit that he tried to make look like was some type of thought-provoking important piece of art when it was just fucking trash. It was nothing, like it was garbage. People running around in white suits and shit, dressed like angels and all this type of stupidness. And instead of doing that, this nigga made an actual thing that was entertaining to watch, that didn't try to make it seem like he was some type of genius. He just put a movie out with great music to go along to it with it, and outdid all these other niggas that's trying to do thought provoking shit. Just like I ain't, like I said, it ain't the shit on We Cry Together, but like We Cry Together, like nigga, you up here ain't no bitch and nigga arguing and bringing up fucking Harvey Weinstein, my nigga. Like out there trying to make niggas think, oh shit, remember the Me Too movement? Oh yeah, remember that? I'm smart, so I'm gonna bring it up. Get the fuck on, like I say, like I always say when I go back to this. Go ahead.
How do you feel about this nigga Kanye coming out and saying fucking the Black Lives Matter was a scam?
It was a scam. Like what you mean? The Black Lives Matter movement itself, the people and the thing that the actual people on the ground was fighting for, all real. But then motherfucking celebrities and fucking fake activists got their claws in it and turned it into a business. Throwing $1 million parties and shit. Like throwing and buying $2 million houses, like with money from the organizations. Like, but you can't go ahead on and attribute what these motherfuckers do to the entirety of what the actual people who was on the ground, people who was getting maced, people who was getting fucking arrested, doing standoffs with the cops. That's not the same people who had those fucking bull horns. That ain't my son and Tamika Mallory or whatever the fuck her name is. That ain't them. Like those is the people who was profiting off of it. Like that. So, but you can turn anything into a scam, bruh. You can turn anything into a scam. Anytime money get involved with something, you gonna have greedy ass people following close behind. So I wouldn't disparage Black Lives Matter as an idea, or Black Lives Matter as the people who was actually out there trying to fight for justice as a whole. I just disparage the people who came in and profiteered off of it. Like they go, hop on a private jet, fly across the country, talk on a bullhorn, and stay in a 5-star hotel. Go back to their mansion. Nigga, my son was irrelevant until the shit came out. Like, yeah. Then I see him on songs with lit niggas. Like, but that's. I ain't saying it because of the reasons why Kanye is saying it. Kanye's saying it because he a fucking Trump supporter. That's why Kanye's saying it. Kanye ain't putting thoughts into what the fuck he say. Cause you know he ain't thinking about what he do and say, because he do something and then months later he come out and do and say the opposite.
That's that bipolar shit.
Yeah,
but
or
I mean,
it's
that's
just
kind of what is playing. That's kind of, I mean, I ain't gonna say the nigga ain't bipolar, but that's what the nigga playing, making this all up for. But
he might
even talking about Kanye. Except for the fact that this was better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies video too, but I mean,
bruh, Kanye has made everybody who would challenge him in any type of way fucking leave. Anybody who would challenge him and say, my nigga, what you doing and saying is stupid right now. None of that is around him. Like, all of that is gone, bro. Because if it was around him, he would have never married a fucking Kardashian. Bro, like,
I don't know. A lot of people get married in the Kardashians, but
it never goes well for him either, does it? That you marry the bitches, you end up divorced and having fucking custody disputes, or you end up in rehab 10 or 12 times like Lamar Odom. That's what happened.
But this nigga Kanye is crazy.
Yeah, like
I didn't even, and somebody sent that picture to me from the White Lives Matter shit. I mean, the White Lives Matter shirt.
I mean, I
And I
seen
didn't
that
even
shit.
know it was him because his back was turned, and then I was like, that's Kanye.
I saw
I was
that
like,
shit, but I don't give a fuck if he got on a White Lives Matter shirt or not, bro. Like, Kanye West is nobody to look up to me. Like, I don't understand people who look up to celebrities, bro. That shit is stupid. Like, I can't remember, like, I can't even remember as a young nigga looking up to these motherfuckers. I can't remember as a young person looking up to celebrities. Because to celebrities and musicians and shit, directors, all these people done been disappointed. All these people who can't believe that Kendrick Lamar would cheat on his girl because he was such the wholesome nigga. He was the next black hope and all this. All these, I don't understand. You just setting yourself up to be disappointed. Because why is you looking up to these niggas? They just a person. Like, if to me a celebrity.
I don't really look up to a lot of celebrities or rappers or whatever you want to call it because majority of it is fake, I believe. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't have rapper money or any of that. But I don't think all of it is as real as what they're saying in the music, at least. So,
Bro,
that's,
this is
I don't really.
they motherfuckers. They start and stop to me where the products they put out are. To me, they're nothing but products. I don't know them. I don't like. We don't know them. All we know what they present to us. Right? Like, so the start and the start and the ending of our connections to them is the music they put out. Bruh, it's Kendrick was putting out one type of music, and in his personal life, he was doing the exact opposite shit, bruh. Like, and now it's out there. Like, people was, I remember when that picture of him like 5-6 years ago, when that picture of him and his chick on the red carpet came out, and people was like, oh, he is with his high school sweetheart. That's the way it go. He's the nigga who came up and didn't forget. He brought the one who was with him when he was down and out. He brought her with him when he was up. Nigga, he was fucking mad bitches. Nigga, like, he was fucking every chance he got. By his own admission, he was cheating on her. Like, so now what? The illusion is shattered. Now niggas is disappointed. Like, get the fuck. Don't set yourself up for disappointment by looking up to these niggas. like Kanye, look, him wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt don't mean shit to me. Cause he's not important. Like,
yeah. I feel like once you start really getting away from what the fuck, I ain't gonna say what you're there for, but what you're known for at least, that shit kind of starts to go, the shit starts to fade. The antics and shit really don't stick.
Let's be for real. Let's be for real here. And I know we on a tangent right now, but that's what we do. We still talk about Intergalactic by Cudi. The movie is playing right here. See that? This is the movie right here in my background. We still playing. I'm like a weatherman and shit. And on today's forecast, Intergalactic, right here. Anyway, what we I'm on a Kanye tangent, but you saw the real influence that Kanye really has, his real reach when he tried to run for president. Bro, that shit floundered before it started. Like, Nobody cares about him outside of the shit that they can listen to. They can buy from him, or they can laugh at him about. That's the only three things people really care about when it comes to him. His fucking ex-wife would have had a better chance of winning the presidency than him. Cause number one, she's more popular than he is, and number two, she's white. Let's be for real. She might be saying, "Oh, she's Albanian or what?" No, not Albanian, Armenian. But come on, bro, she ain't black. And before they vote for his black ass, they would have voted for her. It would have been fucking sex tapes would have been being sold at the gas station if that bitch would have been the president.
It said sex tape sold at the gas station.
Yeah, but that would have been a college fucking curriculum. It's fucking you been on that bitch. I'm majoring in the horror economics. The first class, data athlete 101. That's what it would have been. Like, let's be for real. Like, nobody cares about it. But back to this. My thing is kind of fitting in with the whole Kanye tangent we just went on. He's so pretentious that he would have never made this. He would have never made this because to him, I guarantee you something like this that's just simple, a nice simple watch. It's a love story. It's a story about two neighbors that meet. And I bet you this ain't artsy enough for a nigga like him. Even We Cry Together wouldn't be artsy enough for somebody like Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what would be artsy was similar to what he made. The phoenix falling from the sky and him falling in love with the phoenix.
A bunch of fucking metaphors that he probably don't even know what they mean, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like a bunch of shit that he threw together to make it seem like he was doing something that was smart when he wasn't. Like he was just making a mess. That's it. And to tell you the truth, who's looking for him to be a movie like, man, like Ice Cube is the best rapper to movie maker that we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kanye West can't match that. Like Ice Cube has a actual factual classic movie that he made, bruh. Friday.
Yeah.
That like
shit is no.
Like he made that. He had somebody else direct it. But that shit came from him. He directed the Players Club himself, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I think F. Gary, the guy who did the Fast and the Furious movie, directed Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But I think Kid Cudi is off to a great start, like making his in his filmmaking career, like with this.
Yeah. This was a great fucking start.
Shit, let's hope it stay blurry. The scene with Ty Dolla $ign fucking the Russian spy is on the scene. Spoiler alert.
Nah, but this one was great.
Mm-hmm.
I love Intergalactic.
Right.
I would definitely. Let me not lie. I don't know if I would watch it again, being that I feel like it's a one-time watch for me though. Like I've seen it, and I don't need to see it again. I could just listen to the album now.
I could watch it again because to me it's more of a one of the movies from my childhood that I used to watch all the time, and it kind of remind me of it just because it's fucking animated. Let's be for real. Bebe's Kids. Like, it's kind of like that for me. I used to watch Bebe's Kids all the time, not because I needed to see it again, not because I need to absorb some extra shit from it, just because it was an entertaining watch. It's something I can throw on, chill, and just look at. That's what I could do. That's how I feel about this movie. It's, like I predicted where it was going when they first met in the movie, right? Because like not to say I'm some smart nigga. Like when they first met in the movie, when he met Meadow, one of the first things I said was that ex-girlfriend of his is gonna do something to fuck this up. That was what I didn't know what she was gonna do. And it was creative scene. That was creative. The way that they integrated the ex-girlfriend into his new relationship. Like that was creative. I wouldn't call her vindictive though. I wouldn't. That's another thing I like. It was a subversion. I liked that subversion of the ex-girlfriend character because she clearly wanted him back because he had the comic book going, right? His comic was coming. That's why she wanted him back. But when she did what she did that got in the way of their relationship, she didn't know she was doing it. She didn't know nothing about the new chick. He never told her about the new chick. So when she did what she did, it wasn't like she did it to win him back, not to run her off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like the fact that they integrated, like, they made it look like when she first sent the picture that, spoiler alert, that when she first sent the picture that he had went over there and slept with her, but he went over there to kill a rat, and his punk ass ran from the rat too. And he just threw his shirt down, his sweater, and she sent the picture of him. She sent the picture of herself in it, but like they didn't. I like the fact that she didn't just like when she found out about the new girl, she cut him off.
Yeah.
Like I like the fact that they didn't just go with the stereotypical jealous ex type shit.
I just feel like overall it was a good all the way across visual.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great visual experience.
And especially
same with Miles Morales though, something that's similar in graphic design, and both of them stellar.
And this is the thing. You mean the Spider-Verse? Miles Morales is a game.
No, yeah, the Spider-Verse, because I'm calling it Miles Morales, because ain't that the nigga that's in it?
Yeah, Miles Morales. He is the Spider-Man in it. Well, there's a bunch of Spider-Man in that shit. But the thing about it would have been cool, and I still haven't seen all of No Way Home. If they would have just took it all away, just brought a cartoon Spider-Man into that shit too. Put Miles Morales in there.
Crazy.
Yeah, fuck it.
That would have been crazy.
I mean, we fighting fucking men that can turn into dirt, bro. Why not bring the cartoon dude into it, bro? They should have. But anyway, you had to do a good job too with these type of things, because if you don't do this well, it's gonna be hard to watch. The animation in these movies run at like 10 frames per second. Like regular TV shows run at 24 frames per second, so the shit is jittery and janky. But the way that the transitions and the color scape, or the color palette, not scape, and the transitions from scene to scene, and actually what was going on in the scenes, whether it was in reality, whether it was the more psychedelic things, made it easy to digest, even though the frame rate is skittery. You feel me? Like, Hey, you have to, because if it's not interesting to watch and all you can focus on is the fact that it's running at like it's being animated like 8 or 10 frames per second, the shit is gonna give you a headache. You feel me? But now let's talk. We talked a lot about the movie. Let's talk about the music. All right.
The music is good. It's really good. My favorite song on the album is "Living My Truth."
Mine too.
That's my favorite song on the album. But I do think the most popular song is the "Do What I Want."
But he put that out as a single, so it should be the most popular. Like, but "Living My Truth" is
such a good fucking.
That's
song.
that's that classic Cudi, bro. Like, that's
exactly what vibes I got from it. Like, that was some of that old kid Cudi. Like, the beat was just so fucking crazy.
That's one of them beats that he was getting access to when he was signed to Good Music.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when he was on Good Music, Kanye didn't really produce most of his shit. It was still Dr. Genius playing Pat doing most of it. Like, so I ain't even gonna say that, but that's just the fucking vibes he was giving off when he was part of Good Music. When Mr. Rager came out and Man in the Moon 1 came out. I think was that the only 2 albums he put out on Good Music? Or did he put that Indie Cut shit out on Good Music too?
No.
I think, let me see. Because I know for a fact Man in the Moon 1 and 2 both came out on Good Music. Let me do a check. Kid Cudi. Let's look at his discography.
I don't think Indie Cut came out.
Indie Cut was his 3rd album. Yeah, it was on Good Music.
It was?
Yeah. That Wizard shit was the first one that wasn't on Good Music.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that Wizard shit. That Satellite Flight shit. Like, I forgot about that Satellite Flight album, bro. Like, I literally forgot about that Satellite Flight album, bro. Like, good Lord. Jesus Christ. That shit was bad, bro. That shit was not great.
A lot of these albums don't sound the same, though.
Well, Kid Cudi don't do that. He don't make albums that just... He don't make albums that can just be interchanged with each other. That's not happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Man in the Moon 1 and 2 don't really sound that much alike.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? I mean, shit. I'm trying to think. Off of, like, my most listened to song from Man in the Moon 2 is Mojo So Dope. Like, I listen to that shit all the time. What song on Man in the Moon 1 sounds like Mojo So Dope? Like, the closest thing to it, what, like Heart of a Lion? Like, and that's just because the instrumentation sound kind of similar, but it's a completely different thing. Maybe Erase Me. Erase Me could have kind of been on Man in the Moon 1. Erase Me do sound like, yeah, so. But that was a single, though, so of course it was going to go for his popular sound. But for the most part.
Needless to say, none of this shit sounds the same. But honestly, Kid Cudi, it was some Kid Cudi shit.
But is that really
That's
saying?
really what it was.
That's
really what it was. Like, it sounded like something he would make, but it wasn't the same as all the others.
Like, cause Speeding Bullet to Heaven is a Kid Cudi album too, my nigga. Like,
that's what I like that. I like that though.
Retroactively, I like it, but I can't even front. When Speeding Bullet to Heaven came out, I was hating on that shit. I was not hating on it, bro. I was laughing at it, and I think that's probably worse than hating on something. Like, I didn't even take it serious as an album. Like, I was like, ain't no way this nigga really made this shit. But it was that Fuchsia Butterflies that kept getting to me. I couldn't stop listening to that shit. Was stuck on me like glue, my nigga. Yeah, it's feeling I'm a gonna. Now I don't know where I am. Nah, that shit was stuck on me. I couldn't stop. But now, retroactively, I like Speeding Bullet to Heaven too. I can't even lie, because that was more. Speeding Bullet to Heaven came out when I was more closed-minded as to what I would listen to. I was open to listening to rock music at that time, but I wasn't open to listening to it from Kid Cudi. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I was not open to listening to it. I was not open to listening to rock music from Kid Cudi. I was like, where is the Next Man in the Moon album at, bruh? Because you done came up.
You can keep the rock music.
I was like, get this out of here. Judgmental. I think they have transformed the worst curse word that you can say on the internet from the F word to the C word. The C word is like completely off limits, and that won't even in the George Carlin list. Like, the C word was not in the George Carlin list, and now the C word is something that people are afraid of. So I may just not say it. But on Speeding Bullet to Heaven, one of my other favorite songs from that is Judgmental C word, aka cunt. That's the word. Yeah, that's it. Oops. Anyway, as far as Intergalactic goes, like, I'm beating around the bush here because I'm trying to go into it and talk about it as an album. Because I did listen to the album before I even saw the movie. Like, I listened to the album when I wasn't even around a TV. But it's hard now that I've seen the movie to divorce them from each other. Like,
Yeah.
like, it's such an integral part of the experience. But like we were saying, like, as music itself, Angel was the one thing on the album that I really didn't mess with. And even with it being in the movie, I understood that it was there. That was like her theme song. Because it played in like 2 or 3 scenes that had to do with her. I still didn't like that song, bro. I didn't like it. Can't Believe It, I liked, but the 2 Chainz verse was so weak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 2 Chainz was the weakest feature up here. On the other hand, Don Toliver and Ty Dolla $ign, great fucking features, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they did good.
Like, great features. Like, let's it be for real. Like, Ty Dolla $ign is like, Ty Dolla $ign is what we thought niggas like Akon and T-Pain were, in my opinion. I haven't listened to much of his solo stuff, but when he is doing a feature or a hook or singing a part, the shit is just immaculate almost every single time. Like,
Yeah.
like, for real.
Ty Dolla $ign is good.
Like, even on that song.
Good.
Remember that joint when we was listening to Scorpion, bruh? Like, spoiler alert, we did not like Scorpion that much when it first came out. That shit was a grower. Remember that joint? We was listening to Scorpion, bruh. Dang. That Ratchet Happy Birthday, bruh. I remember you hated that song so much, bruh. But I didn't think it was that great at first, but the Ty Dolla $ign shit made that shit good to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I like Ratchet Happy Birthday now, though.
I like
I like Scorpion now.
I like Scorpion.
It did have to grow on me, though, because I didn't like first. I was like, what? Like, What the fuck? Not this shit.
Bruh. I'm looking at this shit. Bro, now that you... Cause I saw Kanye West face first in the White Lives Matter shirt. The first thing I did when I opened up Twitter was see him standing there. I see him standing there with some chick. Is it Candace Owens that he's standing there with?
Bro, they said who she was. I think it is Candace Owens.
That looked like her. Looked like she got on some maternity pants. Ain't she pregnant? I don't know. Look, and you got some white folks in. White people down there like, hooray! Kanye West, boy! Kanye West, counting it like he sees it. We need more like him. Hee-haw! Hell yeah, we need more like that Kanye. If every nigger was like him, then the world would be a better place. I tell you it would be. I tell you it would be. Every nigga like him, we'd still have him out there working the fields. Wouldn't be no inflation. Chickens would be plucked and cotton to be picked. I tell you. This nigga. This shit is a joke. It's an album coming out. It's something coming out from this nigga for him to be acting like this.
And that's what I was thinking as soon as I first saw it. I'm like, what is this nigga up to? Because he only ever comes out and do this outlandish shit. Like, when it's time
Come on, man.
When it's time to get somebody to notice some shit. So I'm just waiting. Like, is it new shoes, Kanye? Like, are you about to go and like fucking put your clothes outside in the middle of a field in bags and say they're all $20, guys? You just gotta find your size in a pile of
and
bags.
Let's be fucking for real. If Kanye West Jive Turkey, punk ass nigga, if Kanye West came out with some White Lives Matter Yeezy boosts, then motherfucking black people would be lined up around the corner to buy that shit. I
don't know about White Lives Matter.
Bruh, let's be for real. The nigga was been selling y'all dish rags with souls on them for years. If y'all will buy that,
different from selling the White Lives Matter Yeezy boots. I don't think niggas is gonna buy that one.
No, the only place niggas draw the line at is STEM players. That's where they draw the line at.
Yeah.
If it's some Yeezy boots, some White Lives Matter, niggas is gonna be like, I got to get the new drip. That's what, get the White Lives Matter drip with a fucking Sambo character on the fucking cover, bro. This is what's gonna be on it. Look, on one shoe is gonna say White Lives Matter. On the other fucking shoe is gonna have this picture right here up there. That's what it'll be on one shoe. Look, it'll have this great album, by the way, Black Bastards by KMD. If you don't know who KMD is, it is the group that the one and only MF Doom came from. Great album, all the way written and produced by MF Doom himself. This album was out of print for a long fucking time, bro. I remember back when I was young, vinyl copies, because he reintroduced it in 2015, but it really was supposed to come out in like 1993, 94, but his brother died. And his brother died, got ran over by a car, and they just fucking shelved the album. Elektra shelved it. But I remember vinyl copies of this shit used to cost like $2,000 each. But anyway, back to what we was talking about. Talking about this White Lives Matter shirt. I see this nigga standing here with some random black woman. I don't know if it's Candace Owens. I don't know if they make the White Lives Matter shirts for pregnant bellies. I don't know. But this is some provocateur shit. This is just more fake Kanye antics. I'd rather talk about the. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Why? This is exactly why I say that these fucking clowns ain't nobody to look up to, because these white folks that you see in the comment section talking about we need more like him. If he was to fuck one of their daughter, they'd be trying to fucking have that nigga hanged. You understand me?
But
And that's
this shit. I saw this Kanye shit, and I literally was like, it ain't even worth my time to really watch this shit.
Oh, you do all this? Yeah, that's Candace Owens. That's Candace Owens. That's
I don't think this Kanye shit is anything though. Just it's gonna be something out soon from this nigga though. He's gonna have some shit. I wouldn't be surprised if the nigga try to make some fucking short film to compete with this shit Cudi. Cause Kanye's just one of them type of guys. I believe.
Bruh, if he tried to, the fucking movie Kid Cudi made is gonna shit all over whatever he made.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got that. That's Candace Owens standing there with him. She one of the. Candace Owens is one of the house niggas. That's what she is. She one of the house niggas who was out here running around chasing the balding head of Donald Trump. I mean, remember that? Remember that lyric? What happened to that, Kanye? I'm so appalled, bald and Donald Trump taking dollars from y'all. What happened to that? When did you become, bruh? I don't know. Niggas was trying to say Gucci Mane is a clone, but why ain't we trying to say Kanye is a clone, bro? Hold on, let's see. Kanye West interview. Let's look at any random interview of him. And if you've been following Kanye for years, and you know how Kanye West talks, and you knew how he was talking back then, let's pull up a regular joint. Let's pull up
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Let's go. I am so. Let's do it.
This
guy is a full-on engineer, works with all geniuses, and
listen to that fucking voice. This guy is a full-on engineer, works with all geniuses. I'm Kanye West. I told The Gap that before I got there, your company was floundering, and that nigga used to be like, nah, nigga, y'all better listen to my album. My shit is hot. Nigga, my shit need 5 mics. Fuck the source. That used to be Kanye. Now this nigga is sitting around talking with that shaky ass, gingerly talking, soft ass soy boy voice. Nigga, what we? Come on, bro. Is this nigga an android, bro? Is he? Come on, bro. He put something else out, bro. I'm not clicking on that bullshit. He could keep his fucking albums. I ain't in no rush to listen to nothing new from him. The shit that everybody tell us, the stuff that people tell us is all time great shit from him. I don't even listen to anymore. I ain't listened to a Kanye West album like 3 years, except Donda, and I only listened to that because we was talking about it. Like, let's be for real.
I still be having some Kanye pop up in the playlist. I went back and listened to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a few days ago.
I don't have playlists, so that's like nothing. He can't pop up on my shit. I don't listen to playlists. Everything I listen to, I go type it in on Apple Music and search it out and listen to it. Like, I don't listen. So I have to seek out something for me to hear it, and I don't seek this nigga shit out. Like, I didn't seek him out in the White Lives Matter shirt. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him either until the niggas were saying it was Kanye, because that picture was sent to me, and I was just like, oh, this a nigga with a White Lives Matter shirt on. And I really didn't think about it again, and then I got on Twitter, and I was like, oh, shit.
I saw it on the...
That's Kanye West.
I saw it on the den of fucking scum and villainy that's called World Star Hip Hop. That's where I saw it at.
Mhm.
And I'm scum and villainy because I go to World Star Hip Hop every day. So I can't talk about it. I watch fuckery on there every single day. I'm not even pretending like I don't. You know what I'm saying? I watch that shit. Oh my god! But like, why do we care about what Kanye West has done? We don't. This is about the movie. Like, this is about the Kid Cudi album. But like I was saying, divorced from the movie, the Kid Cudi album is still a great album, especially up against the standard of a lot of shit that's come out. Like, it's refreshing of the guys of his caliber. It's refreshing to just hear an album. I'm gonna keep going back to this. I said when we was speculating on what the Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers album could have been, I was like, what if it's just a regular album and it ain't none of that overarching shit that we used to from Kendrick Lamar on it? What if it's just an album? And you know what? It would have probably been better if it was. Kid Cudi album is just an album. It's an album that's meant to go along with this movie, but it's not a concept album because if the album didn't go along with this movie, it was just an album release, you wouldn't say that this was a concept album.
Mhm.
It's only a concept album because the movie is there now.
Yeah.
But it ain't like I listened to one of the best concept albums I ever heard the other day. Speaking of concept albums, bruh.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that shit is fucking fire. It's called Prince Among Thieves by Prince Paul. If you don't know
Among Thieves by Prince Paul.
if you don't know who Prince Paul is, I'm not surprised because he ain't really a rapper. He didn't even rap on this album. He's a producer, but he produced like all the first 3 De La Soul albums. He produced those. He was a member of the Grave Diggers, that group that the RZA was in. He produced a whole lot of that Tribe Called Quest shit. But I'm talking about that Prince Among Thieves by Prince Paul tells a full-fledged fucking story that you can see in your head when you listen to it. I mean, every track on it from start to finish is part of the story. Not even every track on Good Kid, Mad City is part of the story, bro. Like, some of them ain't.
Is because I never heard this. You think it's worth a review?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, we can review that.
Because I never even heard this. This is my first time ever even knowing this is a thing. I'm watching this music video from the song A Prince Amongst.
It's a Prince Among stop it right now. Spoiler alert. Spoiler. Stop it. Prince Among Thieves is the last song on the album, bro. Turn it off.
Oh. All right, so right now I'm
Like-
looking at a lady holding a Bible.
Turn it off.
That-
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Just turn. I didn't even know there was music video to it. But why would you put out a music video to that song, bro? That's the last song. Like, it's literally.
It was the first thing. It was the first thing that popped up.
I'm saying, why would he put it out? Because this it's like playing the last scene of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spoiler, bro. Like, literally, the album is that cinematic that if you listen to the shit out of order, you're gonna spoil the storyline. That's how deep a concept album that is. Literally, if you have to listen to it from number one, because it's like the album is like 30 tracks long, but half of it is skits.
35 is 35. Tariq's Dilemma.
Yeah, half of it is skits, bro. The half of it is skits, literal, acted out skits. And like Prince Among Thieves by Prince Paul is a concept. Like, you might not say that, oh, it's better than Good Kid, Mad City or something like that. That ain't what I'm trying to say. But when it comes down to doing the concept thing, it's one of the best I ever heard. I mean, like, it's like watching a fucking movie. It's literally like watching a movie because every single song, every single minute of the album is part of the concept. Like, It ain't no misses. So you can't. You have to listen to it from 1 to 35. Like I laid back and listened to that shit the other day, and I was like, damn. And I knew about this album for years, and I never gave it a chance. I knew about this album for at least, shit, I'm about to sound old, but I known about the shit since at least like 2006, 7, and I never listened to
Damn.
it. Like, but you're gonna enjoy that shit. Like, it'd be like, I ain't gonna give nothing away, but you will hear one character in the album say to the main character in the album, yeah, I'm about to introduce you to this person. And then that person got a whole fucking song, what is it? What's the word? Dedicated to them, to their introduction, and them telling the main character who they are and how they fit into the story. They rap the shit out. It's all.
Chris Rock is on this album.
Yeah, Chris Rock is on it. Chris Rock is on it. He in a skit
Big
though.
Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane is raps on it. Like he raps on it. Like Big Daddy Kane is a character in the album. Yeah, like this whole that shit is great. Like it's great. Like I think you gon' I meant to tell you about that shit the other day, bro. But now like we was talking about it. I think that this shit is gonna be right up your alley because of how much you love concept albums. I mean, this is.
This is probably the thing I've been most eager to listen to. All the music that has came out.
And this album came out in like 1999, bro. This album old.
Exactly.
Like this album old as hell. But you gonna hear it like, and it's all, and it's one large storyline, like from start to finish. It ain't like, it's not like, let's talk about Good Kid, Mad City for a second. It's not like, you know how on Good Kid, Mad City you hear art of peer pressure, right? And art of peer pressure fit into the narrative. But then you hear Backseat Freestyle, and the song itself don't fit into the narrative, but it only fits into the narrative because it's a little skit part to it that tells you it's part of the narrative. It's like, it's the Backseat Freestyle sound like a song that Kendrick just made, and then they made a little part like, oh, put one of them takes in, go ahead and bust a freestyle to make it fit into the story of the album, right? Not to disparage it at all, because the shit is still amazing. But on Prince Among Thieves, every song is part of the narrative. It ain't just, oh, we gonna say this little skit to make this song fit because I wanted a song about this certain subject to be on the album. No, it's every song is part of the fucking narrative. Like they telling a story with every song.
That shit is literal a puzzle piece.
Yeah, you can't, like, that's why I told you to stop that other song, bro, because you will spoil the ending of the fucking shit if you listen to that first.
I'm glad you said something, because that shit was definitely going.
Yeah, don't go. Do not go. I mean, we could do Prince Among Thieves, bro. I'll listen to that shit 10 more times. You mean? I will listen to that because you had hating ass niggas. Niggas who always give rap albums bad reviews. That Robert Christgau dude. Like, if you ever look on Wikipedia and the dude who give the albums a letter grade instead of a number or stars, nigga gave that shit like an A+. Saying this is the closest thing we ever had to an actual rock opera. And it ain't even rock. It's rap. Yeah, because it's like, that shit is like, boom, it's cinematic, my nigga. Overarching. That you gonna love this shit. If you don't love this shit, then I don't even know. Like, I'm almost fucking convinced that you gonna love this album. But
No, I'm gonna listen to it.
yeah, bro, that shit gold. That shit go from track to track. Everything is in the narrative. But As for the Kid Cudi album, there is no narrative. There is no narrative without the movie, and that's one of the things I like about it. That's one of the things I like about it. I'm getting away, and maybe this might sound crazy. I'm getting away from wanting to hear music that's supposed to be intellectual. I'm getting away from that. I'm starting to be tired of that shit because it seemed like that.
The Harvey Weinstein shit.
Not even, yeah, that shit is trash, but that ain't the reason why I'm saying that. It seemed like that kind of put too much fucking pressure on the artist to make some shit and to come up with something that's supposed to be profound, and we don't need everything you make to be profound. I think that's part of the reason why Kendrick Lamar had writer's block for like 4 years, because he was like, what issue can I touch now? Mm-hmm. And it took him almost fucking his life up for him to be able to come out with another album, like,
instead of just
make some shit, because you can hear the difference. You hear I always said, and I'm about to have to switch my perspective. Remember how I always said that his features was weak compared to his albums? That's because he can just get on a feature and be loose with it. Just rap. When he on his own albums, he never just raps. Not one of them. Not all 5 of them. He never just raps. Mm-hmm. All 5 of his albums has got some type of message behind it. And bro, you done put out all the messages. Just put out albums. Just put them out. Kid Cudi just put out an album, right? He put out an album that was what fans of his want. In my opinion, I'm a fan of his music, and this is what I would like to hear from him.
No, exactly. I think that's why I like this so much. Is because this is what I wanted to hear from Kid Cudi. Do you know how happy I was to hear that "Living My Truth" song on this album? Like, I literally couldn't get past it once I heard it, because I'm like, damn, that's really a good song. But I feel like that's why I like it so much. For one, it was super, super unique, and it was something that I would see Kid Cudi having a part in.
I mean, his shit has always been unique. Mm-hmm. His music has always been unique, whether for better or for worse. Some of it is some dog shit. Like, I haven't went back and got the same fondness for Wizard that I have for Speed and Bullet. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Or for Indie Cud. Indie Cud is okay, but it's not like. But I have went back. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like Man on the Moon 2 that much when it came out. I liked it okay, but I didn't like it compared to Man in the Moon 1. Like, but I went back and got a newfound appreciation for it down the road after just listening to it more. But Kid Cudi shit has always been unique, so I don't think that he gives a damn what the current wave is. He just makes music like he wants to make it. That's always a plus in my book. That's a reason why I like Baby Keem, even though some of his music don't make fucking sense. Like, it has nothing to do with shit. Mm-hmm. Like that fucking what's that song? Pink Panties on Melodic Blue is a song that's filled with nonsense. Like, but I mean, what's my joint? Do-rag activity. Like, what does he mean by I fought all of you niggas in my bay clothes? Was he cross-dressing? Was he wearing his girlfriend's skirt while he was fighting niggas or something? I don't know, but I like the song anyway. Like, what is it?
But I like the song. Nah. Baby Keem don't be talking about shit.
Yeah, but
it sit on my face. I attack that.
That song fucking fire, nigga. That shit is heat.
Your best friend, bro.
That's
a good song though.
That shit go hard, bro. That shit don't, like, half of the shit don't got nothing to do with each other. Then in the whole second verse, no, you're not even rhyming. But I hate a bitch I can't impress. When you come up in my crib, you better die, ho.
Baby King.
I love that shit. But that's it. It's unique. Like, that's why I put it on Twitter the other day that Melodic Blue is better than Mr. Moral. I stand by that. I stand on that. Melodic Blue is better than Mr. Moral in the Hot Steppers.
Right nigga said, I stand on that.
Fuck that. I listen to Melodic Blue all the time. I haven't listened to shit off Mr. Moral in months. And like, the one song that I go back to and listen to when I do is the one that I done heard people complaining about, which is Die Hard. And this damn Living My Truth from this Cudi album that shit gonna be in my rotation heavy. Like,
Nah, yeah.
And I just like the fact that as far as an album with no movie involved, that it's just a good Kid Cudi album with Kid Cudi doing Kid Cudi things.
Exactly.
That's what I like.
I mean, overall, good ass album. But the visual just adds so much more to it. That's the beauty of it, though.
Mm-hmm. The visual does. I mean, oh shit. Uh-oh. The visual does add so much more to it. And he came up with both parts. He came up with the visual and the audio. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why the shit fits so. That's why it fits so well together. Like, it's not just a regular movie soundtrack with a bunch of shit stapled to a movie. It's almost probably like the closest thing we could come up with to it besides in rap. Not like The Wall by Pink Floyd, because The Wall was made to go with the movie. The album and the movie was made in conjunction with each other like this. The same thing with that Labyrinth shit by David Bowie. That movie and album was made to be together. Like, even to the point when you pull up that album by David Bowie, it's just listed as a soundtrack to the movie. But David Bowie didn't even make the movie. But in rap, the thing I could probably come up with is like the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack album and movie. Maybe so. I mean, because that's, he can see both parts. But I mean, we already know that I would listen to this and watch this 1,000,000 times before I listen to that 50 Cent shit. Like,
that's not even a conversation for today.
bruh, like, I don't know.
Let's just leave that.
I don't hate.
It's fine.
I don't hate 50. Like, I don't hate 50. I'll acknowledge that 50 got hot songs that I like. He do. I don't hate 50, but shit, you already know the rest.
Yeah. But this Kid Cudi shit was Kid Cudi doing some good Cudi shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
better than Kim Kardashian ex-husband.
Better than his movie making skills for sure. Like, if we're gonna go, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, I just don't. When it comes to artists, I don't have that respect level that people say you should have, I guess. I don't respect it that heavily, my nigga, to where I'm going to say just because a certain artist is that certain artist, then they shit is infallible. Like, I might not. My favorite Kid Cudi album is Man in the Moon. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite Kanye album is like a toss up between 808s and Heartbreaks, which it is what it is because of Kid Cudi. Let's be for real. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I won't go as far to say that I think Man on the Moon is better than either one of those two, but I ain't gonna say that it's. I mean, it can stand toe to toe with them in my opinion. Like, I ain't gonna say that it's better, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna give Kanye West the fucking. I ain't gonna give Kanye West reverence and shit just because he's Kanye, and say that it ain't no. You can't compare. Like, I don't think in my opinion, his shit don't even. My favorite of him don't even stand head and shoulders of my favorite of one of his other proteges, Travis Scott. I think Rodeo, in my opinion, and to my listening ears, Rodeo can stand toe to toe with that shit. In my opinion, hell, Travis Scott had I don't look, and maybe if you love a kid named Cudi, you could argue it, or maybe, but I'm just saying, or maybe if you love Friday Night Lights, you can argue it, or maybe if you love that one Drake mixtape, what's that shit called? What's that
If
Drake?
you're reading this is too late.
No. The Drake mixtape that came out before his first album.
Oh, the shit with the red and black cover.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
shit.
that shit called, bro? I'm gonna have to pull it up. It's called
See.
So Far Gone.
Mm-hmm.
So Far Gone.
I was never gonna guess that. I
Yeah.
was listening to Drake around then. So Far Gone in 2009.
I hated that Best You Ever Had shit, and I hated that Successful shit, bro. I hated it. But that's not the thing that I'm going for. I'm saying that maybe you think, but I think Travis Scott had the best mixtape to first album transition ever in life, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Or mixtape to debut album run. That Al Pharaoh and Days Before Rodeo. And then for Rodeo to come out, that shit is like 3 10s in a row. In my opinion, bro. Like,
Days Before Rodeo and then Rodeo is like fucking. I don't even know how to explain it. Nigga, Days Before Rodeo was literally something I played every day of my life and then switched into Rodeo and the shit didn't fall off. I
Right.
might agree with you on that.
yeah, that his run from his mixtapes to his first album, I haven't seen it matched. Not ever, bro. Like, maybe, like, if you a real drill music head, people will say that the fucking Chief Keef shit, or the Young Thug, because Young Thug actual first album was what's that joint called? His first album was So Much Fun. That was Young Thug's first album. Everything before that was mixtapes.
Damn.
They're like,